Welcome to the Dr. Erin Show. May you live your truth. Live from Los Angeles, we come together each day to know the truth, live on spiritual principle, and align with universal law. We also come together as a community in Soulciété, the #1 spiritual leaders community in the world, committed to enlightenment, empowerment, and entrepreneurship. We truly believe that when somebody awakens, they have a gift and message to bring to the world. Our mission is to awaken 1 billion people. So let's talk about being rich and radiant, the law of attraction. We're talking about awakening, about becoming the highest version of ourselves, and the process of, #1, waking up, beginning to see life as this incredible serendipitous moment of consciousness, the outpicturing of what's going on in the soul. Secondly, reprogramming our subconscious mind and awakening from the truth of all of our limiting beliefs. 3, we align with universal law, with our own specific truth. And 4, we affirm every day in every way. So right now we are talking about aligning to the truth of who we are, which is rich and radiant, talking about the law of attraction. Charles F. Hannell said, "The power is from within, but we cannot receive it unless we give it." So let's begin with a little story that documents is true. I'm not sure how true it is, but it's about a gentleman named William Bud Post III. So on the day William Bud Post III won a 16.2 million lottery, it was said that he only had $2.46 in his bank account. Supposedly, William had lived a pretty tough life. His mother had passed away when he was 8 years old, and his father sent him to an orphanage soon after. So before winning the lottery, he spent most of his life in miscellaneous jobs, cooking, driving trucks, painting, and working for travel carnivals. So in 1988, he finally got his break. He won the lottery. Well, not exactly. It was said that William went on a major shopping spree soon after winning the lottery. He purchased a liquor license, a lease for a restaurant, a used car lot, and an twin-engine airplane. In a small amount of time, he spent more than his annual distribution check of $395,000 from the lottery. Then he was almost killed when his brother hired a hitman in the pursuit of trying to claim his brother's winnings. Next, he was sued by his landlord/occasional girlfriend for 1/3 of his lottery winnings, saying that he had pawned one of her rings off for the money he bought the lottery ticket with, and the judge ruled in her favor. So long story short, he didn't comply, and all of his annual distributions were frozen, landing him in jail. He allegedly remarked, "I was much happier when I was broke." So according to the Certified Financial Planner Board of Standards, nearly 1/3 of lottery winners declare bankruptcy. So its studies have shown, according to Adams in 2012, that within 6 months of winning the lottery, people generally revert to their previous lives, meaning that if they were, depressed before they won the lottery, generally they'd be depressed 6 months after. Or if they were struggling financially, generally they would be back there within 6 months. So the truth is, our riches is completely dependent upon our consciousness. If you don't have a wealthy consciousness and a mindset, you're not even able to have the money. You can't keep it because you don't understand how to use it, how to work it, how to serve with it. So the greatest product to produce is the highest version of yourself. I truly believe that business development is spiritual development. And if we truly want to live rich and radiant lives, we need to understand what we have to first define what is rich and radiant, right? So money is not something that is out of this world or something to obtain. That's a delusional thought. Money is an exchange of energy, right? So if you hoard money rather than invest it or flow with it, it becomes stagnant and it doesn't work, right? You must remember that financial wealth does not equate to fulfillment or happiness or success, okay? We need to understand that it does not equate to that, okay? We know through studies that beyond like $70,000, it doesn't make your life better. In LA, we probably need a lot more than that, like I said. But the point is that there's a cap. There's a cap of your lifestyle and how much money can decrease stress up to a particular point. But then beyond that, it does not necessarily add to your happiness. Okay. So the key to abundance, the key to being radiant, the key to true wealth is relationships, is to serving, is to having rich, deep connected lives. They have found this also. Relationships are what is the key factor that makes people happy. That is the key thing that the common denominator of this. But mindset, we need to understand there's a mindset also of people that are able to flow in abundance. Okay. So we're going to go over there. There's 13 distinctions that I have here. So the first one is purpose versus being confused. People with a wealthy mindset have intention and reason, basically what is their why, that drives them towards success. The purpose is your core value that is aligning with your heart, mind, and soul. Therefore, it drives them. When they're challenged in life, they don't give up because they have a why. That's something beyond their, having contentness. Purpose-driven people have true abundance, not just material, but fulfilled in their heart, their prosperity, their why, because they align with their authentic calling and bringing their value to the world. People with confused mindset send mixed messages to the universe and therefore get mixed messages back. So often they believe that they want something and then they get it, but they realize they never really brought them joy. So confused people have a challenging time having prosperity in their life because they look to the world for their happiness. And basically we know it can only be found within. So the second distinction is commitment versus trying. People with wealthy mindset direct specific energy upon universal mind with total conviction. They've decided to be successful. It doesn't matter if they know how they're going to accomplish all their goals, but they have a faith, they have a determinism. Rather, they align with divine right action and soar straight ahead. People with scarcity mindset try to have success, but have a hard time winning because they don't decide at a core level. That due to limiting beliefs within their soul or their identity or whatever it is, often you witness trying people they go round and round in circles, they zigzag and they start and stop projects. Life's chaotic and disorganized. They tend to justify when they aren't getting the results they desire from life. So you have to think about it. It's like going from LA to San Francisco, right? A determined person and committed person just goes. They find the way, they get the fastest path and they get there. People who are disorganized, they didn't even look and see what highway they're supposed to go on. They literally zigzag, go in circles. They might even make a U-turn, they have no idea, but they don't have a specific commitment at a core level. Next distinction is leadership versus victim. So leaders are powerful because they take 100% responsibility for their life. Their wealthy mindset is about directing energy, people, and circumstances towards success. They focus their accomplishments instead of focusing on what they haven't accomplished. They focus on their wins instead of thinking about what didn't go right. So basically they reinforce it. They tend to be idealists and opportunists instead of, pessimists. So on the contrary, those with victim mindset, they tend to blame people, circumstances. They find what's wrong with the system. The victim mindset is passive and reactive to situation, markets, and economy. Okay. The next distinction of a wealthy mindset is now versus someday. Those with wealthy mindset understand that the universe only knows the present moment. They realize that their present actions determine their future results. Everything is acted upon, delegated, or scheduled the moment it comes across their desk. So just knowing that, everything, whether an email, whether a phone, whether you think something in your mind, they put it down and decide, are they going to act upon it? Are they going to delegate it? Or are they going to schedule it? Those three things. Those with scarcity mindset believe they need to do X, Y, and Z before they actually do stuff. They tend to go over planning. They overanalyze. They procrastinate. So who are you? Do you live for someday? Or do you know right now is when stuff happens? The next wealthy mindset is opportunities versus problems. Those with wealthy mindset view all problems as opportunities. They see challenges as a game for growth. They shift hardship into lessons and transform pain into gain. The wealthy mindset understands how to tap into universal intelligence and innovation to solve any problem. Those with scarcity mindset focus on why they can't accomplish things due to the problems. They tend to draw on more problems because they're constantly informed universal law of fear, anxiety, and drama. Okay, next wealthy mindset is creating versus reacting. People with wealthy mindset tend to live on their terms. They create from nothing. They proactively demonstrate thriving relationships, systems, and platforms. The wealthy mindset realizes that creation has no bounds. Individuals with scarcity mindset constantly react to life. Their internal navigation system is constantly being pushed around by the circumstances of life. They tend to respond in a fight or flight manner. So the next wealthy mindset is assets versus liabilities. So individuals with wealthy mindset understand that they must be an asset to the world. They have to live from abundance. They invest in people who bring their life and business higher. They thrive together. They invest in businesses that have assets. They rise in value, compounding and proliferating. They focus their time on building products and services that are residual and bring everlasting prosperity, passive income, and so on and so forth. Those with scarcity mindset invest in liabilities, things like cars and clothes, and they just are in the moment because they are liabilities themselves. They tend to draw people into their lives that bring little value. They go in debt. They invest in material belongings that depreciate, live them in debt. So basically, it's like they live on credit cards. They don't understand how to use their energy that will compound. Next wealthy mindset is action versus analyzing. People with a wealthy mindset are actively in the game of life. They take extraordinary action, tweaking their performances as they need. They understand that life rewards initiative and gives critical feedback through the law of cause and effect. They also realize that every little action and word they speak are powerful. Actions that inform life. Those with scarcity mentality spend most of their time analyzing and pondering. They constantly are trying to figure it out. Next wealthy mindset is productive versus inefficient. Productive people have a mindset that expresses the heart's specific message with the least amount of effort. To be efficient is to have the effect one desires. This mindset is organized, it completes cycles, it follows through, it simplifies its focus to one thing at a time. The opposite is true of those with a scarcity mindset, who often have difficulty completing cycles or follow through with relationships. Jobs don't get completed, projects go unfinished, relationships get severed off and dwindle off, etc. So it also includes the inability to stop desired actions. So if you keep doing things that you know aren't efficient, it's like an addiction, right? Doing the same thing over and over again without any real production. That's called insanity, addiction, circular motion, action, whatever you want to call it, right? Okay, so finally, leverage versus weakness. This is a wealthy mindset. Leverage versus weakness. Individuals with wealthy mindset understand how to exert less force upon life while getting greater results. They leverage relationships and resources to get the most out of life. They're efficient and proficient in risk management and create balanced success. However, those with scarcity mindset stay small, thinking they can do it all on their own. So they rarely take risks, or they take too much risk, gambling away their security. Next is transcending versus transactional. So people with a wealthy mindset focus on serving instead of selling. They realize that two minds have infinite potential. Furthermore, these transcending relationships often compound into large community, tribes, and organizations. The transactional mind only thinks about what's in it for them. They take what they want, and they eventually are left with a life that is destined for scarcity. They live in the daily to-do list instead of seeing the bigger picture. That is transcending versus transactional. Which one are you, right? So the next wealthy mindset is passive income versus paycheck. Individuals with wealthy mindset understand the power of their mind and their ability to infinitely create. They focus on building income that continually generates even after the initial energy is generated, right? So it's passive income. Whereas the scarcity mindset lives paycheck to paycheck, unable to break free from the working by the hour of exchange to get paid. So thinking about passive income, you got to think about the bigger picture. You can't just live for the paycheck. You can't keep going. It's not like that, right? So the next wealthy mindset is quantum leap versus linear. So a prosperous mind thinks in leaps and bounds. They focus on what they are good at, and in doing, they exponentially become more and more productive. They set extraordinary goals. They demand the mind to innovate. Also, they spend time building the right relationships that will exponentially guarantee success. However, the linear thinker thinks of trying and doing it all. Scarcity mindset believes they must do everything step by step, leaving them burnt out and having their confidence decreased. Woo, that was a mouthful. Okay, so today, the universal law is the law of compensation. So life is an energy exchange. Each person is compensated in a like manner to how they contribute. This is a law of compensation, and this is what it states. There is an identical correlation in the amount of value you give to the value received. There are also an equal atonement to the expense of your action. This natural mending mechanism is a process of redemption, bringing the balance and order. Example, you reap what you sow, you get back what you give. So the question for yourself is what are you doing? What are you putting out to the world, and how's it coming back? Is it having you have a wealthy lifestyle, or is it just getting you cash and unfulfillment, right? There is a distinction there. So today's daily spiritual practice is to give, serve, and love. That's right, give, serve, and love. And when we do that, we create abundance, true abundant life. So whether you desire to have more money, then give money. If you seek more health, exert energy from the body in line with Mother Nature. If you seek love, give it without the need for it in return. Give a gift, a smile, or a compliment to a stranger. Give in service to a community or someone that you know you need. Today is to give, serve, and love. And then today's challenge is really to, live from the heart. Live from the heart. So have at it. This was a long one, you guys. I know that you deserve an abundant life. It is the truth of who you are. May you live your truth. Thanks again for tuning in to Dr. Erin and Soulciété podcast. I'd like to invite you to write a review on iTunes. Also, I have a free gift for you, a money meditation and worksheet, which you can find at soulciété.com. That's www.soulciete.com. Or 30 guided meditations at drerin.tv. That's www.drerin.tv. We also hold monthly Soulciété events that are all about transformation and building extraordinary community. You can also watch me live daily on goodmorninglalaland.com or Instagram at drerin.tv. Grab your free manifestation masterclass with the purchase of my international best-selling book, Awakening, a 40-day guide to unleashing your spiritual powers, life purpose, and manifesting your dreams at erinfallhaskell.com/awakening book.